I'm Brian.
And we are the Bakers of thebakers.tv. And we work online. We're a faith-based couple, and we work online with men and women who desire to create easy communication and deep connection in their relationships and their friendships. And we work online with couples, with singles, and a lot with entrepreneurs. So we are here tonight to talk to you about story number 4. And for those of you who don't know what we're doing or haven't joined us, we've been doing a story each night leading up to us being able to meet our mentor, Nicole Walters, as well as our private Q&A session that we won with Christy Wright and Dave Ramsey in San Antonio. So we're being able to take a trip to San Antonio for our business, The Bakers, and we're really excited. And we decided to reflect on that by sharing stories of how God's been moving in our lives through, our entire lifetime, and how he's shown up in particular ways where it basically was a huge mindset shift for us. And just reflecting because we want to thank him and give him glory, and also give you guys a glimpse of where we've been and what we've been through. So just wanted to do that. So if you could listen to Brian, because he's going to be the one talking about tonight's story. Usually I'm the extrovert, very external processor, and he's our internal processor. So
I talk sometimes.
Oh, you do? Just not when I try to railroad the entire conversation.
Yes. So Erica mentioned that we have been through some craziness. So tonight's story is an amazing story, but it also was a super, super rough point in our lives, in our relationship. So from the time that I was young, I knew that I wanted to have kids, and I love kids, and I'm super excited about kids. So my degree is in early childhood education because I just love the excitement and energy and innocence of children before they hit hormones. It's just awesome. And they're kind of cool as middle schoolers too, and high schoolers. But I just loved kids, and I knew that that I would be a great dad. And I married this girl, and I was like, I think she'll be a pretty sweet mama too. So it only made sense. We were married, and at first we're like, I do not want to have kids, and we will never drive a minivan. And not that we don't want to have kids, but it's just like, not right now, because we just got married, and it's a little scary.
Can we give them a little more information on that, of how much we didn't want to have kids when we first got married?
We didn't want to.
Yeah.
At all.
No, we used like 4 different contraceptives. I feel like it was...
Including our wedding night.
Yeah, it was so silly. Stressed ourselves out. I know that might be TMI, but it's real life, right? Yep. We really didn't want to have them right away.
Yes. So we wanted to appreciate each stage, and we were just married, and we wanted to enjoy all that comes with that stage, and the freedom and the fun.
And then 3 months later, we're like, we want kids!
Yeah. We're like, all right, that stage is over. Let's make babies. So yeah, we started the journey of trying to create children, and things were not working out quite as we had hoped. So that it seemed like forever of a journey of trying to figure things out, and wondering what was going on, and wondering, I'm sure that you felt this way. I definitely felt this way of like, is something wrong with me? Am I broken? Am I like, is something wrong with me that I'm not able to do this? Am I not good enough?
Yeah, I definitely felt that way. I felt like, what's wrong with my body? Why can't it do what? I mean, it literally talks about it in the Bible. Like, this is what we're supposed to multiply, and we weren't able to do that, and it was very frustrating. And we didn't even battle it for as long as a lot of my friends have. It was a little over a year that we battled infertility, and I guess everyone around me was like, oh, as soon as stop using protection, you're going to get pregnant right away. And we were like, yeah, okay. So we had that expectation and that excitement, and then when it didn't and the next month it didn't, and the next month it didn't, and the next month it didn't. It seems way longer than what it sounds like in being over a year. Yeah, that was really hard.
And I remember the most frustrating thing for me was knowing that we were going to be good parents. We are certainly not perfect, and
but we had good intentions, and we weren't criminals.
Yeah, and then
we weren't criminals. So,
but seriously, you compare that to. I remember hearing stories of like people that were abusing their kids or that we were living of drug use, and people care if their kids or their kids would be poor. Why do they get to? That was rough. Definitely one of those moments you get mad at God, like, why do they get to and I don't? So a lot of things to process through, and it seemed like forever. And so we did start trying some medicines, found out that Erica has PCOS, and so we tried a couple things and went in for testing and said, we're not ovulating, the medicines don't seem to be working yet, but we'll keep trying them and see what happens. So our expectations.
Do you remember what we talked about after that appointment? I didn't even know if I wanted to try the medicine the next month because it was stressing us out so much. Because I was so devastated because I thought that first month we would have been able to have it work. Yeah.
So we got that news and things were not working. So just continued frustration and wondering what was going on and where God was. And we couldn't put our hope in the medicine because the medicine wasn't working. So
we just turned it over to him.
Just turned it over to God and said, you know, whatever you are doing here, we trust you. And we're a little bit mad at you right now. One of the Bible phrases that I think of a lot is a guy that, oh my gosh, I look like a terrible pastor right now.
It's okay. It's late and it's on a Friday night and we've barely gotten any sleep. So it's okay.
But I think that his son was dying or sick or something like that. And he said, I believe, Jesus, that you can heal me, but help me to overcome my unbelief. So it's like, God, I trust you and help me to overcome my mistrust and my lack of trust in you right now. So just kind of turning it over in the best way that we knew how, even with the struggles that we were still facing. So in that time where they said the medicines are not working and you cannot get pregnant right now.
And they didn't think if I'd ever be able to.
Yeah. We got pregnant. So we found out, and Erica was getting ready for work and I was getting ready for work, and she got up before I did and kind of disappeared, and I was like, what is going on? And then she came sleep. I'm like, what is going on? And she took me into this room and had a PowerPoint, and I was like, she's gone.
Hold on a second. I'm a nerd. I created a PowerPoint to tell my husband that we were pregnant.
So,
do you remember what it was?
I don't remember a lot of it. I remember like just saying that you love me, and I remember the slide saying like, you are going to be an amazing father, and we are pregnant. And it just like emotional outbursts, tears everywhere, super cute.
Yeah. And just an FYI, like it was a week after they tested me to see if I even ovulated for that month. And what that means is like, there was no possible way I could have even, according to their test, been pregnant at that time, because my body said that I hadn't even ovulated, let alone was pregnant. But a week later, I got a positive pregnancy test.
So we feel like it was completely God being like, all right, this doesn't make any sense at all. And they said it couldn't be done, but I am God, and this is how I roll. And I want you to know that I'm looking out for you, and that I was in this all along, and I've got your back. So
we did a lot of growing in that year. That year that we were trying to have a kid. I'm really glad we didn't have one right away.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I don't know why if that's why it happened or what, but I'm sure we'll ask him later down the road and be like, what the heck? Just out of curiosity. Yeah.
And I remember going through this is just another cool part of the story, going through the Bible reading at the time that we found out that we were pregnant. And I go through the Bible in a year, and there were two passages. I swear I've read the Bible before. I swear.
It's okay, Ben. It's okay.
But one of them was Psalm 127, 3, I believe. And I'm just going to stop trying. And it says, children are a gift from the Lord. And the other one was...
it was about your quiver being...
the man whose quiver is full.
Yep.
And that's also in the Bible.
It's okay, babe.
Last time I ever tried to quote scripture.
It's okay.
I just don't ever look at the verses and stuff, I guess. So...
yeah. So that was awesome. And then we went to our first ultrasound, and we were told that we were having twins. And that was, I cried a little because I was happy, but also because I was terrified. Because I was like, how the heck are we going to have twins and handle this? And then a couple weeks later, they said that we had lost one of them. We had gone in. So that was a little crazy because we had finally wrapped our head around having twins. I think it was around 9 weeks.
8 or 9, yeah.
Yeah. And we had already set up our registry and all of that stuff for twins. And it was actually Liam's twin that we lost. So that was also hard too. But, I think it did help, not that our second child was not, worth mourning over, but it did help that we still had Liam. And I know that we'll meet that child up in heaven, and it's probably going to be, I don't know if it was a he or she, but probably going to look exactly like Liam because all of our kids look exactly alike. So there's no reason that we won't recognize him or her. It will either look like Paisley or Liam. I mean, because Silas looks exactly like Liam. So, but that stuff was hard. That was definitely a hard time of trying to have faith and not feeling like we were broken. And but God showed up in it, and we were able to celebrate with friends. And ironically enough, we've been able to walk alongside a lot of other people who have struggled with infertility and continue to struggle with infertility. And we don't know why things like this happen, but we do know that God is good and that we can be mothers and fathers in other ways if we can't have them ourselves. And so like one of our best friends, Candlin and Tony Green, struggled with infertility as well. And so they started fostering, and now they can't stop having babies themselves. Sorry, Candlin, I love you. I think they're going to... I can't even remember how many kids they have now.
I think she said 5 under 4 or something.
Yeah, like it's something crazy. 5 under 4 because the bio mom had 2 kids in a row, and then she was having kids in a row, and all of a sudden they have 5 kids now. We're going to have 5 kids, and...
quiver is full.
Yeah, their quiver is full. And I think it was, 3 years ago, they were struggling with infertility and had no kids. So God works in crazy ways, and it's awesome. And so you just got to dig deep, find people who are going to be in your corner. And we're there for you if you're going through something like that. We would love to be able to be there for you. And you can tell us as little or as much as possible. But we'd love to walk through that with you and just be in it and not try to fix you or try to fix the situation, just be in it with you. Mm-hmm. That's how we try to do everything in our life with others. So we thank you guys for joining us tonight. We're going to see you tomorrow for our next story, and I hope you stay tuned. Also, you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and Pinterest. And all of those platforms were at The Bakers TV. So you can go ahead and find us there. And then you can also find us on our website at thebakers.tv. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. I know it was kind of a rough topic, and I saw that quite a few of you guys stuck on with us tonight, and I know it's a Friday night, so we really appreciate it. Hope you have a great rest of the evening. Love you.
Thanks.